talk to you a bit today all about call to actions and how can you make killer call to actions that are going to get your audience take action, that you want to kind of help to grow your leads and your sales and kind of help you with some of those things that can really help you with your posts. And I'm going to give you some great ways to be able to maximize your efforts, because I'm all about making you work smarter rather than harder. So giving you kind of tools, tricks, systems and things that you can utilize as and when it's kind of right for you, so you can be able to maximize your efforts, so you can get more kind of bang for your buck and get your things working more for you, so you can kind of focus on doing the things that you love. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in learning about, stick around and we will get straight into it. Okay, so welcome to today's Brilliantly You business show. Another week, another topic. So say today is all about call to actions. I'm trying to find, BeLive has had a bit of an update. I can't find the bit to get my little text on the screen. Is that it? I have no idea. Oh, there we go. It's moved. It's changed. So anyway, welcome. In case we are meeting for the first time, welcome. My name is Jenny Stevens. Do comment in if you are here live with me. I'd love to kind of hear who we have with me today. So let me know where you are from, where you're tuning in from today and your name. And if you're watching the replay, just comment in #replay and I'll make sure I go back and reply to all of your comments as soon as I can. I love kind of welcoming new people into the community. So if you are new here and we are meeting for the first time, say welcome. My name is Jenny Stevens and I help coach and train home business entrepreneurs just like you, learning how to kind of build your business online and helping you make more sales and impact online without the self-doubt, and the imposter syndrome. So you can really kind of build your business with confidence that you can actually make a difference and in turn make the business and life that you love. All right. So say welcome. Let me just put my computer on do not disturb because I'm getting emails pinging in my ear, which is annoying me. There we go. Let's put that there. Okay, awesome. So we're talking about killer call to action. So curious to know, do you know what a call to action is? In case you don't, I'll kind of cover very quickly what that is, just in case for anyone that might be new. Maybe you've recently started a business and you've checking me out. That's totally cool. Or you might be more of a veteran and you might kind of be just kind of wanting to get some extra tips and stuff. So basically, when you are doing any kind of marketing, a call to action is what you want them to do next. So if you're doing any kind of post, if it's a written post, you might be doing a Facebook Live, you might be doing literally anything, it might be an image, it might be a fun little, TikTok thing, there's so many different ways to market nowadays. But whatever you are doing, you want to think about your call to action. And quite often I sort of work backwards, when I'm thinking of even topics to do for like this show or my other Facebook Lives or even just written posts, I look at what that end goal is. So that's definitely one of my big tips for you today, is think about what is the end goal that you are wanting, and then you can work backwards in terms of what's the best fit for what you're wanting. And there's going to be different types of call to actions, which I'll go over for you. And then I'm definitely going to give you some kind of tips, different ways that you can kind of make those call to actions really kind of awesome and compelling and get them to take action. And then really how you can kind of make that work more effectively and more efficiently for you as well. Okay. So there's various different call to actions. And if anyone kind of knows any, feel free to pop them in the chat, join the conversation. This is going to be a conversation that, I want to get as much kind of interaction and engagement from you as possible, just so then we can have a nice kind of two-way thing. So it's not just necessarily me just sitting here, spilling my guts to you sort of thing. So do please join in. And anytime you get any kind of nugget or takeaway, I'd love for you to pop in the comments, #nugget, and then share that little one-liner of something that you found really, really helpful, that you kind of either hadn't really thought about before or what you might go and try out yourself. And also, just very quickly, if you're maybe not able to kind of stick around for the whole thing and you want to be able to get a summary of everything that I talk about today in today's show, every single week I put together show notes with have the full episode of this video, and you'll get kind of like a summary version if you maybe don't have time to watch the whole video, or if you're more a reader, because I know there's people that some people love videos, some people don't, some people more readers. So if you want to be able to get that, if you just comment down below show notes, and I will then make sure that I reach out to you and I'll send you over that when it's ready. It normally takes me a few days just to kind of get everything together. And so then I can give you access to that. And obviously if you want all the kind of past shows, I can kind of let you know where all of those are held as well. Okay, so if you want to be able to get the show notes of today, just comment below show notes and I'll reach out to you via Messenger and just kind of then be able to get that sent over to you as soon as it's ready. All right. All right, let's kind of dive back into call to action. So like I said, any post you're doing on social media, if it's wherever you're doing it, because, you know, there's so many different ways and places to, you know, show up wherever you like to do things. I mostly do things here on Facebook. I'm increasing my stuff on Instagram, especially now that Clubhouse is here. It's connected a lot with Instagram. I'll probably do a show, I might do it next week maybe, a bit about Clubhouse and what I've learned so far. I've only been on the platform for a couple of weeks, but that'd be pretty cool. So Instagram, I'm starting to kind of enjoy a little bit more and doing a little bit more over there as well. But you know, you might really like TikTok, you might love LinkedIn, you might love Pinterest. You know, there's loads of different platforms that are great, and it's about finding what's right for you. So wherever you are online, wherever you're kind of mostly focusing your efforts to grow an audience, to build those relationships with people and engage with people, and then obviously make relevant offers to people when it's fitting. Every single post of yours should have some kind of call to action. So some of the, and they can be different things. You know, it's not always about the sell. It's not always about that kind of big goal that a lot of us are looking for in terms of getting money. You know, there can be other softer call to actions that you can use as well. So again, depending on your business model, and, you know, especially if you're just getting started, you might have some different things than what maybe kind of I do now after a few years. So just know that there's no right or wrong. It's about kind of what fits for you right now. And there's some simple things that you can just get started with, even if you're brand new and you're just starting your business, just trying to get some traction. Or if you are a little bit further down and now maybe you're kind of looking to, you know, utilize and leverage your time a little bit more, then, you know, we're going to be covering kind of all of that for you today. So kind of first thing is very simply, you know, if you are doing some kind of value, if you're doing some kind of educating to let people know about, you know, talk about a particular pain point or frustration that people in your target market, you know, in your audience of people that are likely going to be interested in your product, service, opportunity. You know, I teach attraction marketing, so it's all about how do you brand yourself and give value. And that's really by kind of helping to educate people, talking about kind of general things in the industry, you know, looking at different, like I say, different pain points, different frustrations. What are people wanting help with? What are they asking for? What are they typing into Google looking for? And I'll do a whole other show all about kind of content creation and stuff like that. That could be a whole series. But so if you're doing maybe like a Facebook Live, and maybe you're going to kind of share a few tips, just like I do on my Facebook Lives, then you can give a call to action. If you're doing a written post, and again, maybe you're kind of telling a bit of a story about your experience, and then you might be kind of transitioning to, you know, then your solution, which then you will offer out. So a very simple call to action is to get people to message you, you know. So like I say, as long as you're giving some kind of information and value, like I say, if you're educating people, if you're sharing a story of you or a client or a customer, and you're letting people know about something that you've got, either that you're working on, or if you've got something that you're promoting. then, you know, without needing all the bells and whistles of things, like last week I was talking about websites, and I'll kind of come to say some of that more techie side of things a little later. But if you're kind of just starting out, or you're wanting to test how people react to certain things, if you're trying to see, do I have enough interest in you even creating something? Maybe you're thinking of creating your own kind of freebie, your own lead magnet. Maybe you're kind of wanting to see about maybe doing a challenge, and you're like, do you know what? Would people actually be interested in this? Or if you're looking at creating your own kind of product, a course, a masterclass, or whatever, then it's kind of a good thing to kind of test the waters a little bit. And so you can see how people react to your thing, you know. And so a simple call to action is to get people to message you. You know, it's like, if you want to know more about what I've put together to help people with kind of X, Y, Z problem, then, you know, just get in my message and let's have a chat. You know, so it's very informal, very kind of softy. There's no pressure. Now, one of the downsides I see in terms of, you know, because I think it's great to utilize, and when it's appropriate, like especially with the sort of therapy stuff that I do, helping people with more of their mindset, and it's a lot of the time it's helping people with really personal issues, and so that's not going to be the kind of thing that people are going to comment too much in, you know, a comment of a post. It's going to be something that someone would want more of a private conversation with, so that's kind of more fitting. But something else, then, you know, a message is totally there. Now, say one of the downsides that I do see with using kind of the message me call to action is people like to lurk. Who are my lurkers here? I want to see you. If you are a lurker, just give me a little hands up emoji. I want to see you, because, you know, I'm a bit of a lurker sometimes. I will watch people, I'll kind of suss them out. But if I'm interested, if I'm just kind of intrigued, but I don't know if I want to do it or not, I don't necessarily want to have a conversation. I don't want to have a message with someone, because I don't want to be sold to. And the people that kind of do that, then that's the feeling, is you don't want to be sold to. But so I personally prefer to have some kind of link that I can go to and have a bit of a nose. And then if I kind of want to know more, then I can go back to Messenger. But everyone's different. You know, people have different modalities. And that's the thing I'm going to be giving you today. It's going to be giving you different call to actions that can cater for your kind of preferences and also your audience's preferences. You can kind of give them different methods to kind of see, because some people might love just to be able to actually have a conversation with you, get into Messenger. Not everybody wants to book calls and stuff like that, but if you can just kind of have a little DM and have a little private message with someone, for you to be able to kind of ask back and forth a few questions to see, you know, are they genuinely interested? Is this a fit? And then you can kind of give them the information. So message is a super easy one. So say those kind of things I definitely recommend giving some kind of value, or you might create more of a story post, which are great. And great for building authority, great for kind of building up that know, like, and trust as well. And so if you're sharing more of a story and then like, hey, you know, I've put together this, you know, I've got a perfect kind of solution to that, or I've just come across something great that I think people will love that I'm partnering with that you might find useful. Or if you want to know what I'm using to help me with my weight or your health issues or my skin, you know, if you're kind of selling more physical products, you know, and if you're, you know, I've got a lot of kind of network marketers and direct sellers in my audience as well. So if you're selling those kind of products, then it might be a case of, you know, if you want to know the things that I found working really well for me, just, you know, send me a message or comment below, and then I'll reach out to you and I'll let you know what it is that I've come across. You know, so it's very kind of soft call to actions. It's not like really hard, buy from me sort of thing that a lot of people just don't like. So then the second one I kind of just tease that a little bit is commenting. So that's, again, one of the very simple things that you can do just to kind of see who is going to kind of raise their hand a little bit enough to know who's interested. So you could say, yeah, send me a message. And then that's going to rely on people actually messaging you first. But if you want to maybe have it even slightly less than that, and actually the comments thing is quite good because it helps to get a bit of sort of social proof as well. If people are seeing lots of other comments with like, yes, this sounds great, yeah, I want more info, tell me more, yes please, then that social proof element will be really powerful when it comes to other people seeing those posts, because people like to join in. So if you can get people commenting like, hey, if you want to know a bit more, comment, yes below, or you can do numbers, you could just do whatever you want. Then you are in charge, and then you can go and look at all of those comments and then go and message them and say, hey, I saw that you were interested in my XYZ product, or this new program I've put together. Just want to check, that this is something that you're interested in. I kind of find it's always good when you are messaging people to kind of ask that validating question, just to kind of make sure like you're not just wasting my time, because you don't just want people, you might get some people that just like commenting on everything, but they're not actually really interested. And so, sometimes it's good just to kind of be like, I'm just checking, you actually want me to send you some information. And when they're like, yes, then you're like, awesome, great. And then depending on how you've got your offer set up, you might say, hey, is it okay if I send you a link? It's going to take you to this page where you can go and check out more information and you can go and buy. Or it might be, if it's your own thing, it might be book a call with me if you do want to do kind of like a qualifying call or a sales call. Or you might send them straight to a sales page. Or it might be to some kind of freebie, to whatever what you do after that message in terms of what's most relevant to send people, then you can do that. But I find it's effective to at least kind of get some kind of confirmation. It also starts the conversation. What a lot of people might end up falling into the trap of doing is like, great, here's all the information, and kind of do a bit of verbal diarrhea. Have you ever been guilty of that? I definitely did that in my early days. It was like, here's all the information that you need in like a giant message. And it's just like, whoa, So luckily I've learned a thing or two over the last 6 years, and now I don't do that. I will at least, like I say, I found it's really effective when you actually get somebody to, you ask a question. Hey, thanks so much. I saw that you were interested in learning a bit more. Just want to check. So you want to learn a bit more about how to, like in my instance, it might be kind of growing your business online, or you want to be able to add some more automation into your business, or, you're looking for help with really kind of getting over your mindset blocks. And then when they reply like, yeah, I really want some help with it, then it's kind of a nice way to then start that conversation. Then you might want to go back and forth with, okay, cool, well, tell me a little bit about what you're struggling with right now. And so it's then just starts a nice conversation rather than just being, here's my link, go and buy it. So it's a nice way to be able to kind of open up a conversation. So like I say, so your call to action, the softer ones can be, comment below if you're interested, and I'll reach out to you. Or it might be comment below. Like you can build a waiting list from getting people to comment on a post. Again, I've done that before. If it's kind of, again, if I'm wanting to test the waters to see, is there enough interest in me because I might think that creating a product or a masterclass or doing something might be freaking awesome. But if people aren't going, yeah, that sounds awesome, then I might be like, well, there's no point me wasting loads of time creating something if people aren't interested. So it's a really great way you can build up a waiting list. So you could kind of tease that thing that you might be thinking about doing. Like I say, great for like a challenge or yeah, some kind of maybe free lead magnet you're creating, even a product you might be creating, something, some kind of live event, you know, whatever. That can be a great way to be like, hey, if I was to put together, fill in the blank, is that something that you would find useful? Comment below and I'll let you know when it's going to launch or when it's ready. And so then you're kind of creating like a waiting list of people. And so you can then just kind of say, you can then always reach out to them and say, thanks so much. I've kind of I've logged your name kind of thing. If there's enough interest, which so far it looks like there might be, I'll get this, get this kind of going, and I'll let you know as soon as it's kind of open for registration or whatever. So those are some nice, really easy call to actions that work, that are a nice approach in terms of that conversation that you might be having, and that anybody can do straight away. You don't need any kind of tech. All you need is a Facebook page or an Instagram profile, whatever you're using. But you just need something that you're actually going to provide some kind of value, educate people, do a video, a written post, whatever suits you and you want to do. And then it's just a really simple way to be able to have a call to action. Okay, so those two are great for getting started, getting your feet wet a bit, practicing maybe some of that copywriting stuff and seeing how can I create posts or do videos and stuff that work. But you've got to tell people what you want them to do. Don't assume that they know what to do and that they'll actually do it. You know what assuming means? It makes an ass of you and me. So be clear with people, okay, with what you want to do. Now, you do have to be, a little caveat is you do have to be a little bit careful with Facebook, because they don't like what they call engagement baiting. And it comes from, you might have seen previously, like a couple of years ago, people used to do posts where it might be, which picture resonates with you. And it might be like beach, snow or whatever. And how you vote is from the reaction. So it's kind of falsifying engagement. And so Facebook's cracked down on it quite a lot a couple of years ago. So especially with paid advertising, and even they'll reduce your reach if you're too blatant about it. So I do things like, if I'm sending people to a blog post, for example, I'll be like, check it out, rather than click below to la la la, because especially in a paid ad, like I say, it can sometimes go against you. So just kind of just kind of have that in mind. For kind of normal organic posts, you can be a little bit more, you can do it a little bit more. But yeah, just so you kind of know that, all right? So those are the kind of simpler ones in terms of anyone can do that. Doesn't matter if you're new or if that just suits you, fab. Now, what I do in terms of, I used to kind of do that in the earlier days. And then I learned more about kind of technology and systems and automation and, building an email list and stuff. So this kind of next part then is more about maybe if you're doing some of that, but actually just the manual labor that can come with that. If you're getting loads of people comment, it's kind of a good problem, right? But it's going to then take you time to message people and do all that stuff. So what you can do is kind of leverage your time a little bit more. And so my favorite thing to do is to have something set up that I can send people to. Okay, so like I say, I will still do, and actually recently I've been doing a lot of the comment below or message me call to actions in some of my posts where I'm testing out new things. So like I've just created I'll do a done it for you, a done for you website package, for example. And so, I've just created kind of like a sales page, simple sales page in a Google Doc. I'm just going complete minimum viable because I want to test it out. And, and I'll work on a snazzier sales page later if I find that there's interest. If there's not, then, again, I'm not wasting a load of my time. But it's easy. It means I can actually get things out there, because I want to really help people, be able to have, you know, an online presence, and it's something that I'm good at and I enjoy. So I figured out, hey, why not? Why not take a couple of clients every month that I can do this for? But I lost my train of thought then. Yeah, so with that kind of strategy, I'm using the message and comment things. But when I have actually got some validation of an offer, or if I, like, for quite a few years, I was using affiliate offers as what I was promoting. And so there was already a funnel done for me, and I was just sharing an affiliate link, and I would then get I would generate the leads and get commission from any sales. And it was a great way for me to start out learning the different pieces of the puzzle when it come to all of this online marketing stuff, you know? So, so if that's something that you have available to you, then again, you can use any of those strategies, but you also might just do a Facebook Live or do some written value, and then be like, hey, and I've got this great free training that is going to help you to, you know, attract your perfect customers to you without rejection, kind of thing. And here's the link. And then you can just give that link in your post. Or if it's in a Facebook Live, you can say, like, I'll pop the link in the comments for you, and you can go and check it out. So then people can, if they maybe are just kind of lurking in the background, having a link that has some information where they can go and find out a little bit more and then choose if it's right for them, and then have a way to opt in or buy if it's something that, if you're just kind of going straight to a product, then that's a really nice way to utilize your time. And this is mostly what I do. And I generate leads every single week from people, from my posts on social media or my blog posts or my ads, you know, and so it means that people can raise their hand and let me know that, hey, they're interested in what I'm offering. They can also go through a whole process where they can get that free information and buy a product without me kind of needing to do all of that follow-up. It's taken care of automatically. And that's where utilizing a funnel, building an email list, and having an automated follow-up sequence set up is amazing. And that was one of the biggest game changers for me when I learned about that. That was massive, you know, and, you know, instantly my very first month, you know, of kind of launching, I was using paid advertising, you know, I got 70 leads, 69 leads and 7 customers. And I was like, oh my God. And it was all automatic. You know, I still showed up and I was doing posts and Facebook Lives, but I had this kind of ad running that was giving value, and that people could get more information and learn more. And it was amazing because, you know, I'm here in the UK. I've got people in my audience from America and Canada and other countries in Europe and Australia and stuff. And so when I was doing a lot of that manual stuff in the earlier days, it was just so much back and forth with replying, you know, especially if I'm talking to people in Australia, you know, it can be anywhere from a 9 to a 12-hour difference. Or if it's like California, they're 8 hours behind. And so it's just, you know, it would take forever sometimes just to have a conversation with people. So I personally prefer to have that, and where I am obviously now, but, you know, quite early on when I was working in a full-time job, I needed that leverage. I needed to be able to leverage time more to be able to actually kind of get people through a process. And I could then just focus on doing what needed me, creating the content, you know, providing the value. And obviously I'm there for kind of manual questions as well. If people do really need to talk to someone, then that's totally cool. I'm there. But rather than focusing all your time on all the little stuff, all the messaging and stuff, once you start actually getting traction, it can be a lot of work. And then you're like, oh my God, I've got no time to actually do anything else. So if you're kind of starting to get some traction with kind of 1 and 2 that I mentioned, then adding a piece of automation, it might be really useful. And that's how you can leverage your time a bit more. So like I say, when I am doing any content, if it's a Facebook Live, if it's a written post, if it's a blog post, if it's a Facebook ad, you know, anything that I'm doing, I will have some kind of call to action. And my main goal is to A, give value. B, I want to build my email list. I would much rather have people on my email list because it means I can follow up with them. Facebook, especially, like messaging on your business page has got a bit harder now because Facebook don't allow you to message people if they haven't replied after 24 hours, I think it is. Like I've noticed now, like if somebody, like I've got a ManyChat, the chatbot connected to my website, and I've just kind of got some basic stuff there. So if somebody goes to message me, they get like a little automated reply from me, and they can even, I kind of will send them to a couple of different places depending on what they want. But you know, I suddenly see a message, and then if they don't reply to anything, or if I've replied and then they don't reply again, I then notice in the last couple of months, I think, it changed it to say Facebook user. So I don't even know who it is anymore. So Facebook is definitely cracking down when it comes to business pages. You basically kind of need to get a reply. Otherwise, you know, you can't just go back to people that messaged you, you know, 2 years ago and start going, hey, I've got this new offer. Whereas an email list, you're building an asset. You're building an asset that's yours. It's basically, you know, and email is still one of the best return on investment marketing methods. You know, not everyone is going to read every single email. That's totally fine. But, you know, you're much more likely to people seeing an email than even sometimes with the algorithms, you know, with how Facebook and Instagram, you know, it's such a small percentage of people that actually see your posts. And so having that call to action actually will help that. So especially if you are kind of encouraging engagement, then, you know, the more comments you get, you know, Facebook will see that, oh, people are enjoying this. And so they'll actually show your post to more people. So yeah, so kind of my favorite is actually utilizing my funnel. So I have a few different lead magnets, which is like a free offer, and in exchange for someone's email address. So that means, you know, it means people, I'm getting interested people. And this is what I help teach a lot of people to do, is how you can create your own free offer and how you can build a list and all the tech and the stuff that goes with it as well. This is my area. So if you want some help with that, definitely, you know, I'll put all the resources together of things that will be useful in the show notes. If you want those show notes, just comment in show notes in the chat, and I will get that over to you. So all of those resources are going to go into that, because I've got a few different things that will really, really help you. But yeah, so it's certainly kind of having some kind of simple, can be very, very simple, a simple funnel where you get the interested people. You know, so you might start out with getting just comments, and you can kind of funnel people that way. But if you then want to utilize actually having something free, you know, maybe something that's a little bit more substantial, that you're like, hey, if you want to get access to this, you kind of got to give me your email address. And then you're building up your email list and you're building up that asset. And then you've got a way to be able to follow up with people. They benefit because they get the information straight away. They don't have to wait for you to wake up the next day and give them the information. So they can get it whilst they're like actively wanting it now. And then, you know, like I said, you can then follow up with them, and you can create automated follow-up that can go on from there. And so it helps you to stay in front of you, in front of them. So those are kind of my three favorites. But again, even with a lot of those, we're focusing on, you know, some kind of offer, because at the end of the day, we are running a business. So, you know, most of our goals is going to be generating leads and sales. But if you just want to kind of encourage engagement, even doing Facebook Lives, you know, I encourage people to comment. I encourage people to, you know, I love like all the little likes and hearts and stuff. So if you find this useful, give me some little hearts on the little tappy thing that you can do in Facebook Lives, or the reactions, because they are always, you know, super helpful. So that, you know, there's things that I do and I learned about and I teach people to do in their own content that encourages engagement. So even if you're kind of thinking, well, you know, I may not necessarily have a call to action in terms of an offer right now, but it might just be who agrees. Let me know if you feel this way too. You know, so it's still a call to action, because you're just telling people what you want. If you want engagement, ask for it. If you want people to raise their hand because you want to know who's interested in something you're working on, ask for it. If you want people who are ready to work with you, to book a call with you, or to just, you know, buy now and save their spot in whatever thing you've got. You know, if you're a service-based business, you might only be able to take a few clients at a time. Like my website package I've created, I cannot take too many clients, you know. Obviously it takes time to build a website, so I'm limiting it to 2 a month. And this is kind of a, you know, I'm going to see how it goes. You know, I love building websites. It's all fun, but I've also got lots of other things to do and other commitments. So it's kind of a bit of a test for me, but I want to be able to kind of utilize my skills and help other people to really, especially nowadays where everything's got to be online. So if you're struggling a bit and you need more of an online presence and to streamline, if you're trying to do 1,000,001 things, then this might really help you. And that will include building you a simple funnel. So if you are interested in, if you have a website, awesome, but maybe you don't really know too much about funnels, then we can chat and I can always create like a bespoke kind of package for you if it's just creating a funnel for you. Or equally, I teach people how to build their own. So again, I've got a course that you can go through where I teach you how to create a funnel, how to create a lead magnet, how to build your email list, and all of that kind of stuff. So there's a couple of different options depending on where you are. I've got a mini course that talks through different types of funnels. So that would probably be my recommendation if you just want to know what's the best kind of lead generation and follow-up system for you. Again, depends on your business. So in my Funnel Mapping Lightly mini course, it's the perfect getting started thing, just for you to be able to see what type of funnel is right for you. I go through the most common types of funnels and explain step by step. I walk you through what the actual process looks like for your customers or your audience and for you. And I help to show you actually how you know, how you can predict how many sales you'll actually get depending on how many leads you might get. So it's an awesome course. Like I say, it's only a short course. I think it's only like 3 or 4 modules, and it's only £47. So let me just bring that up. Oh shit, what did I just do? Let me just bring that up for you. So here is, did I do? No, I don't think I did. Hold on. Let's just take, oh no, it did go in. I was trying to see if the little link went in. So yeah, let's just bring it up again. So yeah, so I've got this, it's called Funnel Mapping Lightly. It's £47. So like I say, you can go and grab that. It's kind of self-paced. Like I say, there's video tutorials. I give you templates that you can download. There's an awesome like calculator that you can predict your sales, which is so cool. So definitely grab that if you want to know a bit more about what type of funnel might be right for you and how you can kind of plan it all out before you start then diving into actually building it. Alternatively, if you are like, you kind of know what you might want to do, but you just want to crack on and do it, then I've got a course, a bigger course that it's kind of like my signature course. It's called Automated Selling Machine. Don't think I've got a little thingy for it. No, I haven't. But if you go, I'll put the link again. All of this will go into the show notes. But again, or if you want to chat about it, I can let you know. So I will put the different, again, depending if you're kind of new, a little bit more advanced, in the show notes for you. I'll put all the links in there for you. Or I say, if you want to just kind of have a chat with me and I can let you know what I feel like might be the most relevant for you, then I can do that for you. So if you want the show notes of today's show, just comment below show notes and I will reach out to you and I will get that sent out to you as soon as it's ready in the next few days, okay? So let's just kind of summarize then call to action. So I've gone over different types of call to actions depending on You know, for different scenarios. Again, if you're new, if you're kind of getting a bit of traction, but you're wanting to streamline things a bit more, I've given you different ideas on if you're testing your different ideas to see, okay, is this actually worth me creating? So I think when it comes to kind of killer call to actions, you know, like I say, it's kind of being clear. You know, so like I say, tell people what you want to do. Don't be too cryptic. If you want people to comment, you know, so be very intentional. So your wording would be things like, you know, if this has resonated with you and you want to learn more about how I might be able to help you. So if you're, you know, maybe a coach or something or a service-based provider, then you might say, comment below and I'll reach out to you, or message me, you know, whatever kind of suits. So you're kind of saying, if you want this solution, if you want to avoid this problem and get this solution, then do this. Click this link. Sign up for this thing. Comment below. Message me. Book a call. There's different things that you can do. So you just got to kind of prime and set up that call to action. Make sure that, you know, especially if people are reading it, they know, make sure it's really benefit driven. You know, if you want to learn more about how you can get your leverage your time, I'm just trying to think them off the top of my head. It's like, you know, if you want to leverage your time more and get more people signing up for your products or services without you having to spend so much time in Messenger, then comment below and I can give you details of my course. So you can see it's very clear. If you want people to, you know, if it's in an ad, let's say sometimes you have to be a little bit careful with saying like click below. So say I tend to do things like insight, but if I'm sending people to like a blog post maybe, and in the blog post it kind of does the selling for me. If I'm just even just a call to action to content, you know, if you want to learn my top 3 ways with how I get people to take more action from my call to actions, then click the button below and go and check out my video, or click the button below and check out my blog post. You know, so call to actions will be everywhere. Getting people to turn up to your Facebook Lives, getting people to take action from your Facebook Lives, getting people to sign up for some kind of free event, for a challenge. Call to actions will be everywhere. And it will take practice. You know, you may not be great in the beginning, and that's totally fine. That's normal. So I just kind of challenge you and encourage you to just start. Just start practicing. If you're not doing call to actions in your Facebook Lives, in your posts, and you're wondering why people aren't buying from you or doing what you want, then that's that sign for you. You need to tell them and ask them what to do. So I hope you found this useful. So call to actions are massive. It's kind of one of the biggest mistakes that people make in their videos, in their Facebook Lives, in their posts, is they're not telling people what to do. So hopefully just kind of learning about the different types of call to actions, what you might use them for in different ways. Hopefully that really, really helped you. And so if you found this valuable, please do let me know. Pop in #value below in the comments. It kind of helps me to make sure that I am always providing value, because that's my biggest goal, is that I help somebody today, even if it's just one person. I am happy. And if there's things that you're going to go and try out, I'd love to hear it. So let me know what you're specifically going to try out. And hey, let me know how it goes. You know, get in my messenger and let me know how it goes if you start to notice a difference. And like I say, if you do want to get more information about how to get started with creating a simple funnel for you, what's right for you, then I recommend you check out my mini course. It's jennystevenscoaching.com/FML. The link should be in the comments for you. You can go and check that out. And again, I will put all the other resources that I mentioned from today's show all in the show notes that should be published in a few days. So if you would like access to that, if you want to be able to come back to this and kind of go over the summary of everything that I've covered today, then just comment below show notes and I will reach out to you on Messenger, and then I'll just get your details, then I can obviously send that over to you when it's ready. Okay, so did you notice what I did there? Take note. All right, okay, so I hope you found this useful. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the loves and the hearts and the likes and everything, and any shares that you might do. If you think that other people might find this useful. And yeah, go and have some fun with your call to actions. It will make a difference. And so just practice, practice makes perfect. All right, done is better than perfect. So just get going with it. And I'm here if you have any questions or need any kind of help with anything, I am here for you. So thanks so much for joining me today. Oh, thank you, Yvette. You're welcome. And yeah, have an awesome rest of your day. I'll be back next Thursday for another show, a Brilliantly You business show, where it's all about helping you to be brilliantly you and build your business knowing that you are good enough exactly as you are. All right, have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.